Hallo, willkommen zurück zu meiner YouTube-channel. Today's video is going to be another Trinkt mit mir. And the reason why I'm doing a Trinkt mit mir is because I wanted to do a video where I'm just kind of sitting down and filming a video. Unlike my other videos where I'm, doing a little bit more talking, or I'm doing a singing video, or I'm covering a song. It's been a while since I've actually done a Trinkt mit mir video. So I thought I would do another video because it's kind of late at night, but I also tend to film late at night. I'm kind of a vampire when it comes to filming videos. So I also wanted to kind of introduce that I've got new hair now. My hair is now pink. Never thought I would actually ever go pink in my hair because I really don't like the color pink, but I actually quite like it on my hair. It does suit me quite well. And as a hairstylist, I feel like I should try a lot of different colors. And I have throughout my lifetime actually started with different colors. I originally was blonde, and then I went from blonde to, I stayed blonde for quite some time. Then I was red. I've been red quite often. I feel like on this channel, you may see me with more so red hair. And then after that, I went with platinum blonde with purple streaks. And then after that, I can't remember, it was 5 years ago, but I did have multiple different kinds of hairstyles. I was also blue, for those of you who've been around, my OGs who've been around since 3 years ago. I was blue-haired for quite some time. It took me over a year to get all of that out, and I will never go blue again. So I decided to go pink because, I don't know, I've wanted to try it because it's very different for me, because I'm not really a pink person, but I do like it on my hair. I don't really like it on my nails, but I like it on my hair. I'm not really a fan of pink, actually. So I actually just got done drinking a Smirnoff Ice. And this video is going to be all in English, most likely, because I'm actually practicing a lot of my other languages at the moment due to the fact that the coronavirus is happening. Because I have nothing really more to do, minus the fact that I probably should already be doing language coursework anyway, every single day throughout my polyglot life. But I've been busy, I've been working. I actually have been in quarantine, or isolation. I consider that more isolation instead of quarantine. But I've been in isolation for only, I think, a couple days now. This is the second day for me on isolation because the salons where I live, especially in the US, my state didn't really have us closed down until just 2 days ago. So it was on Sunday that we closed, and this video you're probably gonna be seeing on Wednesday or the end of Tuesday, but it didn't close down until just recently. So of course I've been in isolation for 2 days. And also working on that social distancing, I'm very thirsty. Alcohol dries out your throat. I did get a new job recently. Obviously, I've been working quite often. I've worked at so many different jobs. I worked at Starbucks for a while. I also worked with Bare Minerals. That was actually the main place that I was working in while I was filming videos. I feel like I have done a few vlogs where I would get done with work later in the night. And I would be home at like 10:30 sometimes at night because it's inside a shopping center. So I would work there quite often. I was there, and then I quit both jobs because I wanted to take my hairstylist job that I got offered just a few weeks ago. I've actually been at my job for a few weeks now, but I've been trying to get used to the routine. But since the whole COVID-19 thing has been going on, granted, I'm very sick of hearing about it, but it's getting to a point where I'm like, okay, well, this is kind of serious, because for a while there was like, okay, this is fucking ridiculous. But now I have been doing a lot better, actually. My mental health isn't too horrible at the moment, granted. I'm not one of those people that can just stay at home and be fine. I have to, do stuff, or I have to, get out, but you can't really get out. You can go outside, but I'm also too afraid to go outside because what if someone's out there and they have the disease? But I don't want the disease, obviously. I don't want the COVID-19. I did have to refile for my unemployment. A lot of people in the US and probably all over the world have to file for some compensation for this because it's been going on for a little while now, and I didn't think it would reach here, but it did. It's more of a threat in some parts of the US. Granted, where I live is getting more and more people increased, but it seems like we're working on treatments at the moment. I do appreciate, for those of you who are watching this video, that you are staying safe and also treating your social distancing as it is. Another topic, I guess, that I should cover is my progress in polyglot. So, as I have been understanding, because we were very dead at work for quite some time now, just ever since that COVID-19 was becoming more serious. So it's been like ever since I started working there, because the first week I worked there, I started on a weekend. So the first weekend that I worked there, we were very busy, and then the following weeks after, we were not so busy. So I ended up just being bored, and a lot of us were just bored. We were sick of being in work because most people were in quarantine and, you know, being at home, social distancing, and not really going into work. So I've been just at home now because I've been, you know, trying to not get sick because I am a little more prone to being sick. Not like I'm super vulnerable, but I am prone to being sick. Anyway, so then I ended up just doing language coursework. I have been improving my Russian quite a bit, so I do plan on making a video entirely in Russian and also entirely in Italian, because I've actually been speaking Italian longer than I've been speaking Russian. I've been speaking Italian for 10 years now. I do have to refresh it a little bit because of the fact that the slang terms are different than they were 10 years ago. So I have been refreshing that memory every so often because I know that slang terms change, wording changes, so I've been also like brushing that up on all of my languages, which at the moment has been 10 languages. So that would be Spanish, French, Italian, German, Danish, Icelandic, Swedish. I'm trying to think of all. So let's count from the beginning. So first, my second language was Spanish. Third was Italian. Second was Italian. Third was French. Fourth was Icelandic. Fifth was German or Danish. No, fifth was probably Danish. And then sixth was Swedish. I actually dropped quite a few languages over the course of that time. So, of course, but the ones I'm currently doing would be Spanish, French, German, Italian, Icelandic, Swedish, Danish, Portuguese, Russian, Japanese, and I believe there's other ones too. I tried to learn Latvian for a little bit, but I don't know why I haven't really been learning it lately. So it's been a little bit different for me because I'm not used to doing so much language coursework in the span of a day. I was using Duolingo, but I do have a review on this channel on my Duolingo review of it, and I will say a little bit more of an elaboration on that is that if you are planning on learning a language, you can start with Duolingo, but I would recommend using other sources as well. Like, I've always relied off of YouTube videos, even when I first started learning Italian. When I first started learning Spanish, I didn't really have a choice but to learn it in school, which is weird because I grew up in a very Scandinavian-based place in my state, so I had to learn. For some reason, they wanted us to learn Spanish, and I still know Spanish. It's actually a lot easier now that I've learned Spanish, and I'm still learning it. I mean, of course, you're always learning when it comes to languages, but I've discovered that suddenly I have an accent, but I've discovered that it is just so different. Like, once you learn Spanish, Italian, and then Portuguese seems to be the one that is not the same as those two languages. I consider it the bastard child of the Latin languages because it sounds to me more like Italian than it does Spanish, but I do find it really cool to speak. I gave up on it for a while because I wasn't really using it at work as much because my manager, coworker, friend, person, he ended up going into the military, so of course I couldn't get mad at him for that, and I didn't. But I'm now realizing the purpose of why I even started to learn Portuguese in the first place. And that purpose was to get to know the culture of Brazil and Portugal. So I've luckily been pretty good about learning the language lately. Although I do have a routine every single day for this whole quarantine and whole isolation. And that is mostly waking up and then doing a little bit of language coursework once I get up, which my brain luckily is fresh enough in the morning to where I can learn a language. And that usually is when I learn best, is in the morning, sometimes even late at night too, but then my focus tends to not be as good at that time, so I always decide to learn at earlier in the morning or like in the afternoon when my brain's a little bit more fresh, because I've lately been sleeping in later in the day. Luckily I can sleep in. I haven't been able to have that luxury for a while, so I luckily can sleep in and figure out other ways that I can value my time. I've also been exercising a little bit. Granted, I don't have a lot of gym equipment at my house because I don't really have any. I just have a yoga mat, and then I've got my like headphones and all of that. So I haven't really been doing much on that. But I have been trying to do a little bit of exercise every single day just because I can't possibly sit in my chair every single hour of the day. It's just not how I do things. I need to be moving a little more. And then also, if you guys didn't know, I am also into astrology. So I'm an Aries, as you guys may know, because I do talk about my birthday about every single year since I've had this channel. But recently I have been a little bit upset because of the fact that my birthday is the 12th of April and I'll probably be in quarantine at the time, and I can't really do much of anything, although I do appreciate that my mom is doing like a little inside thing for the time being, and that is really great for me because I do appreciate when we bake and stuff in the house. I grew up with a lot of baking and we still do that in my household. I guess it comes from the Scandinavian part of me. So my accent does come up a little bit more on camera just because I guess I'm a little bit more comfortable on camera than I thought I was. So yes, I've also been having a few favorite songs at the moment. I thought I would tell you guys where I should talk. So, oh, my Marilyn Monroe posters are right there. So my favorite songs at the moment have been Candle in the Wind by Elton John. I've also had like quite a few other favorites, but I would also recommend a few albums as well. The Harry Styles Fine Line album is also like my favorite at the time. But I've also really loved quite a few songs. I feel like those are the main two things that I have been loving at the moment, because I have been trying to listen to more music. I do journal every single day, just about my day and, other things, personal usually. And I have also been trying to do more journaling and also like relaxing a bit more. I do meditate quite often because I do consider my journaling as a form of meditation, because it kind of is. And I meditate a lot. Like every single day I have to do some form of meditation, and that I do consider a form. I also do yoga, but I'm also Buddhist. So if you guys want to know more about my kind of spiritual being and like what I believe and what I don't believe in terms of spirituality, I can definitely do a video on that, because all I've got right now is time, and I thought to make more videos as the time goes on. So I might be posting more often per week, probably like straight every single day kind of thing. But last week I noticed that I did 2 videos last week, and those videos were pretty good, I think. I don't know. I mean, they don't get very many views, as obviously this channel does not. get as much views as I'd like it to get. But I also thought about making a second YouTube channel just for certain things, and then just having this channel be like more cultural or more spiritual, depending upon what I want to do. I don't have very many subscribers, which I'm okay with because I don't plan on doing this for a career. I've been on YouTube for 10 years now, and I'm okay with it not being a career choice of mine because it's a very slim to none picking. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video because I have been wanting to make this video for quite some time. I don't know, I know that my last Trinkt mit mir video got very good reviews and got very good comments, so I wanted to continue that in this video here. If you guys would like to, please like this video, and if you didn't like it, please dislike. Also subscribe to this channel because I will be posting more, hopefully soon. I hope to see you guys later. Bye guys!